All right. There's a couple poems I wrote about 65 years ago.
Really? I'm sorry, I can't read cursive. I'm sorry, I can't read cursive. This is so embarrassing. If you could read mine to me.
Which one? No smoking in bed, stenciled on the wall. Spiders and webs all around, can't count them all. Window panes taped so they won't shatter. Green painted frames, same colored shutters. A rusted tin roof provides a grand view. I better get going, I've better things to do. Lacing my boots, my mind it does roam, thinking of Kathy and our little home. Written at the Trondheim Hotel in July of 1969.
Wow. You have a beautiful way with words. Good.
Another one is the smoke arises beyond the darkened chapel spire. Flares, descending, leave a trail of wispy fire. We learn the sound of mortars across the miles. How many mortar boards will be denied learned smiles? The seconds are counted twixt flash and sound. My mind wanders aimlessly, awaiting the next round. Buses and cyclos are silent for the night. Cruising patrols, the only movers in sight. Planes and choppers overhead add to the midnight noise. Their sound is welcome. Their sound is welcome, though. They're supporting American boys. A city at war, darkened in the night. In your heart, do you know which side is right? Nearly 1 million are dead. Many millions have cried. Oh, while battles are fought, the reasons are wide. Again, Trondheim Hotel, July 1969.
Never met anyone like you before. I've truly, you are such a unique and brilliant individual. I can't.
I've been called unique before, but not always in a positive way.
I feel that. I myself have always been, quite the outcast, and it's amazing to see because a lot of people who grow up being outcasts start to be deformed into like just the normal, like everything, and you've kept that throughout the years, it seems, and it's inspiring, because there are some times where I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, I just need to be like everybody else so people like me, and
Don't be like everybody else.
Talking and
Be
conversing
better.
with you truly like encapsulates uniqueness in the human body, in the human mind, and
Yeah, it's
I've never met anyone.
what I said before was mind, think.
Read. All right,
Be better.
you want to get started? Let's do it. How are you doing?
Okay. I've met a few people and been able to talk with them and share things, help them out,
Yeah.
which has helped me inside. Yeah. Come to some realizations.
Yeah. If you don't mind sharing, what are those realizations?
we
Yeah.
are all in this together. Some people try to tear others down. Some try to help others up.
Yeah.
I guess I've known that for my whole life. But I don't know. It's just culminating and building and reevaluating that, or seeing it again for the umpteenth time.
Yeah. It is something.
The woman I've been helping repair her condo,
Yeah.
she is and her family are going through a lot of things. Her granddaughter was diagnosed with cancer, and she's 17 years old.
Couldn't imagine.
There's a big mass in her abdomen. She's undergoing chemotherapy. So
Yeah.
this woman is, trying to help her daughter and her granddaughter deal with this. This woman was a nurse in oncology, cancer care.
Yeah.
So she knows that, and has been able to ask certain questions about her granddaughter's diagnosis and prospective treatment and all that.
Yeah. I've been blessed recently. My grandma, we were worried about cancer with her as well, and we were blessed that it was benign. Tumors were benign. And it was a real relief, because I've had a lot of family issues recently, and that would have really been the tip of the that would have really sucked.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that she's able to.
Yeah. Do you, how, were you really close with her? Did you?
Yeah. She lives up here. She's the reason why we moved up here. Her and their husband. And I would have really sucked. I would have, I don't know. I would have made things a lot harder. Because as of 2 weeks ago, my grandfather was put on dialysis. And he's very stubborn, and he said that if he's just not going to do it, he's just going to go. And it's a hard thing me and my father have to face.
Yeah.
But
So are you still in high school?
yeah. Yeah, I'm a senior, Lake City High School, graduate of 2025, and it's hard.
2025. A grub steak.
One thing I realize is everybody needs a grub steak once in a while, right?
No.
I've realized myself that I'm not great at taking help, and I can't believe I don't know.
Yeah.
Done something.
Surprise.
Thank you.
It's going to be a bit overwhelming, but
It is.
that's kind of why what I wanted to see. Kind of wanted you to be overwhelmed and just and further, inspired to continue what you're doing.
I mean, you've done exactly that. You've done more than that, actually. I've never seen that much money in my entire life. I've never grasped that much before besides this camera, but never. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know. This changes a lot. I'm working extra hours for, family and everything. So this changes a ton. But yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It really means a lot. It truly does.
Good.
Let's get to the meat of the interview, right? The grub steak.
Well, what if I'm a vegetarian? You still want to get to the meat of
Let's get
things?
to the impossible burger of the impossible meat of it.
Ah,
Um, how has your condition been getting better? You said you were getting better. Your blood work has came back and it's been good.
yeah. I'm continuing to do physical therapy. I had an
Yeah.
appointment at 8 a.m. this morning.
Oh, really? And how was that?
Good.
Yeah.
The therapist is amazing. She and I talk about everything.
Yeah.
She's an Army veteran.
Oh, wow.
She taught languages, including Arabic.
Oh, wow. She's fluent in a language, in Arabic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been learning as well from my cousins and everything who are from Saudi Arabia and Turkey and everything. But
Wow.
it's one of the languages I'm not fluent in it. I speak it good enough.
Very good. Should introduce you to this young lady.
I would absolutely love to. I need Arabic lessons and not just Duolingo on my phone or calls with my cousin once in a while.
Yeah.
I need, if you could do that. And on top of this, I mean,
I don't know if she'd be willing to do this. She has
Yeah.
2 small kids.
I bet I'm more than willing to be able to pay such lessons.
But she pushes me. She nags me,
Yeah,
and I love it.
always need people
I
like
need
that.
to be, motivated, and she is an excellent motivator. And so we talk about everything under the sun. I inundate her with some of my puns.
Corny from time to time. I get that.
So, and the lady who owns that facility, that therapy center,
Yeah.
is going to do a workshop in Boise
Oh wow.
with several other women, which is entitled, Empowering Women.
Wow. Yeah.
God, that needs to be done so much.
Yeah.
And the owner is a very motivating woman also.
I bet.
So,
You seem to surround yourself with very motivating people.
yeah,
Have you done that all your life? Is that something that
pretty
you'd
much,
say you've
yeah.
done? Would you say that how would you say that influenced your life? Surrounding yourself with motivating and inspiring people, such as yourself.
It helps me motivate others.
Yeah.
Just seeing what they provide to me, and then I can, tweak it, change it, see, younger people, older people,
Yeah.
anyone, and how, I have been motivated, and use that to help other people get their shit together.
Yeah.
A more appropriate phrase maybe to consolidate their defecation.
Yeah. Because
Consolidate their defecation. Get it together.
Get it together. Round it up. Get it together.
So, just motivation.
Yeah. I get that. That is that's an inspiring way to look at it, because I think everybody in this life, all we're trying to do the entire time is just get our shit together,
Mhm.
Some are better than others, but
Some people, take their shit and throw it at others, and a few of us are, trying to get it together instead of
throwing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you mentioned that you had served in the Vietnam War.
Yes.
From what time period?
Well, I enlisted in 1966
1966.
and was discharged in 1970. So I served my 4 years.
Yeah.
The last 8 months was when I went to Vietnam.
Oh.
I was there 6 months teaching English. Got back to the States, and since I started working on my discharge,
Yeah.
so there were just a couple months after I returned that I got my discharge. Was released on a Thursday. Following Monday, I was back in college. Took me all weekend.
Yeah. You didn't really have time to decompress that, did you?
No. But I didn't hear welcome home very, very often. But I knew I wanted to teach.
Yeah.
So I was back in college and taking, classes at 7 a.m.
Who did you have at the time to welcome you home?
To what?
Who did you have at the time to welcome you home?
My wife, we had just gotten married in February of that year, and I went to Vietnam in May.
Yeah.
So we'd only been married a few months.
Yeah.
When I got home, she was there.
Yeah.
But
And what was that like, seeing her after all that time in a completely other side of the world?
wow, I don't recall that clearly.
You don't recall that clearly?
No.
Seems like the human mind likes to cut out time periods in our life that we had deemed, stressful or too traumatic to carry on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find yourself looking back during the Vietnam War and being like, oh, my mind cut that out? Or is it hard to remember certain parts of it?
There's major parts of my life that I try not to remember.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back. I don't want to dwell on it.
Yeah.
But tried to put some things down on paper.
To cope, right?
And maintain my language skills.
Very much, and very high amount of language skills used. The way you mend words is incredible. But are there any major moments? Any major moments? When you look back on it, that's the first thing you think of. Are there any moments like that during your time in Vietnam? Just big major moments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The time when our school was attacked, attempted to be blown apart. I was up, my classroom was on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
We were required to carry our weapons with us,
Yeah.
daily. But when we got to the school, we had to check them in to a secure room downstairs.
Yeah.
So I was up on the 3rd floor, teaching away, and heard this loud explosion. Second explosion, the concrete building rocked a little bit. The walls were just 2x2 with thin plywood separating them.
Oh, wow.
And they weren't secured very well. So these walls started
Yeah.
tipping in. Third explosion, the power went out. Some of my students started going to the window and said, yeah, wondering what the heck was going on. I said, "Yeah, get away from there, get down." And they did. And there was a fourth and a fifth explosion. Yeah. After the third explosion, which most of them had occurred on the front of the building, I was back on an L-shaped wing.
Yeah.
With gunfire started. I thought, oh shit. Explosions. Gunfire. My weapon's downstairs.
Yeah.
And then while the dust was still settling, we evacuated out the back.
Yeah.
The next day, we were told to. We didn't have any time to call home, get to, a center where I could send a message, a telegram, or anything.
Yeah.
We're pretty much constrained to our barracks. So I later found out that the explosion, the attack had made national news.
Wow.
So my wife was back in the States wondering,
What's going on?
it sounded like the school that Allan was teaching at.
Yeah.
She didn't know what was going on. So that was problematic for her.
Too bad.
2 days later, they'd relocated the school to another place
Yeah.
outside the city, which were just canvas tents,
Yeah.
wooden plank floors, and open latrines.
Yeah. And you had to teach Vietnamese children.
Yeah, these were all young men.
Oh man.
17 to 20
17.
year old.
What were you teaching?
Teaching them how to speak and read English, so that the equipment we're leaving behind, all the technical manuals were in English.
Yeah.
So we tried to get them become fluent enough to be able to read technical manuals. So there was technical language we were teaching,
Yeah.
so that they could then work to maintain the equipment we were leaving behind. That was the goal of why we were there.
I got you.
But that was when we were located outside the city. That was an area that had been overrun during the Tet Offensive in 1968.
Yeah.
And that had been sprayed with Agent Orange and stuff to kill all the vegetation. I think that's when I was exposed to
Yeah.
Agent Orange.
Yeah.
That attack occurred on August 7th, 1969. So
Recent.
annually after that, first week in August kind of floods back memories.
Not bad.
Where was I going with that? Oh, school safety.
Yeah.
Issues with security at schools has been a lifetime
Issue.
driver for me.
Yeah. It's a huge issue in the U.S. as of this moment.
Yeah.
It really is.
So
Yeah.
that's been a driving passion. I battled administrators, the principals and stuff at my school site.
Yeah.
I battled the school boards
Yeah.
to increase, be more concerned with school safety and just providing sanitary bathrooms for the students.
Yeah.
High school I was at, the boys' bathrooms didn't have doors on the stalls.
Yeah.
There wasn't the water was turned way down, so there was barely any water pressure.
Yeah.
There was no soap in the sinks,
Yeah.
no paper towels.
Yeah.
Then I also fought with my union
Yeah.
because they didn't seem, or they weren't as concerned as I was
Yeah.
with school safety and sanitary conditions and
Yeah.
stuff. So.
Yeah. And then, what was your view on the Vietnam War? Is it justified, in your opinion?
I had serious questions about it,
Yeah.
but when I had the opportunity to go and teach, I jumped at that opportunity
Yeah.
because I felt education may help everyone
Yeah.
on both sides of the war,
Yeah.
and learning about how others felt, how others thought. There's so much in language that, if delved at appropriately, so much to learn.
Yeah.
Some better understanding of another culture,
Yeah.
and I tried to bring that. Having grown up on a small farm, the work I did before going to Vietnam, working on all this equipment
Yeah.
and stuff, generators, hydraulics, pneumatics. I tried to impart a passion for learning,
Yeah.
technical things as well as just learning language.
Yeah.
Language is so important.
It really is, because how else we communicate?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can still communicate through body language and everything else, but
Yes.
verbal language is the number one. Like,
Yeah. Well,
literally, I'm videotaping you talking. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. The even more basic than spoken language is math.
Really?
Math is a language that is used by musicians. Music is math
Mathematical.
made audible.
Yeah.
Art. It's different perspectives in a painting or drawing. Art is math. Math is the language of science. All sciences can be described or quantified in some way, and math is a means to do that. Math is the basic language, and it's universal.
Oh, yeah.
Where your ancestors came from, your cousins,
Yeah.
you can communicate with math
Yeah.
even more so than English or Arabic or Swahili
Yeah.
or Navajo.
Yeah. Verbal language is. Yeah. What is the greatest lesson you learned during your time in Vietnam?
Keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
Be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
And always be observant. Use all of your senses. Sight, hearing, smell. Smell is an underrated sense.
Yes, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I believe smell is the greatest way to bring us back to memories.
Mm-hmm. Just be aware. Be observant. And I attempted to do that in my classroom over the several decades that I taught.
Yeah.
Be always be watching with students, looking for students who just have this completely puzzled look on their face,
Yeah.
that they have no idea, no understanding, and I can, try to give them a little extra, or explain an idea or a concept in a different way. Not everyone learns the same way,
Yeah.
and certainly in damn textbooks,
Yeah. That's not right.
they present this in this way, and things must be done in this manner, this sequence of steps. I attempted to explain concepts in math in 3 or 4 different ways to grab in, enable the learning styles of everyone in the class.
That,
And
that's a true teacher right there.
I felt I was pretty damn good at it.
Sounds like you were. It really does. Because a lot of teachers, they think they want to teach, and then they get to the actual teaching part and they don't actually like it. So they end up just throwing textbooks and packets out, and that's not teaching, They could have robots do that. What you gotta do is actually teach them.
Yeah. But I gained the respect of my fellow people in the math department.
Yeah.
I was elected department chair.
Wow.
And served in that capacity, and then mentored a lot of student teachers from the local university,
Yeah.
and helped them integrate into a suburban high school, and what to expect, how to explain things. And one great thing is asking questions. Just formulating a question. You have to give the students enough information. If you're questioning one-on-one, you have to give the student enough information, enough encouragement, so that they can think through a problem and hopefully obtain a correct answer.
Solve it in their own way.
It's, formulating questions was a big thing that I dealt with these student teachers from the university.
Yeah.
And I was tried to do that.
Yeah.
Worked in the union. I was the women's issues contact
Really?
for my local union. So I'd get information from the county or from the state or something, and try to get that out to mostly the female teachers, but to all the teachers, not just the females.
Yeah, of course.
Because that was the women's issues contact.
Yeah.
And I
That's incredible.
was kind of resented by some of the men for the passion I was putting into that.
I bet.
But that's what I wanted to do. That's why I'm so impressed by my physical therapist and the owner of that, and my female physician, and all the ladies at the cancer center where I go.
Yeah.
These women have always been very supportive of me, because I try to support them.
Yeah.
Education, learning, keep helping, keep giving and taking in and processing that, and then giving more.
Yeah. What I learned from that little snippet of what you were just saying, I learned to, and I'm still conceptualizing it, I learned that do what you think is right, no matter what people say. And do you think you've lived by kind of that philosophy?
Yeah.
When did you learn that?
Well, I started learning it in elementary school
Yeah.
from my mother. And then I don't know, all the experiences,
Yeah.
positive interactions I've had. Tried, I tried to give. You know,
Yeah.
10 times as much as I take.
10 times as much.
That's kind of what I have tried to live by. Have tried to, inculcate in my teachings. Give, learn,
Yeah.
take in by learning, and then give.
Yeah. Do you believe giving is how important do you believe giving is for like the human spirit? Because for myself, when I give somebody a compliment, I not only see their smile after the compliment, and this is
Yeah.
super small.
Yeah, it also feels good inside.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Giving, complimenting others, it warms the cockles of your heart.
And let's say for a viewer that has never given a compliment or ever done that before, they came straight out the womb, they've never given anything to anybody, how would you describe that feeling to somebody of giving? How would you describe that feeling?
I don't know, it feels warm.
As one.
Like giving a virtual hug.
Yeah.
I'm a big hugger.
Yeah. I understand that. I feel good.
When I hug, it someone feels it.
Yeah.
And I want them to feel it in more than just a physical thing. When I want someone to feel it in their heart and in their head.
Yeah.
It's a whole body thing. It's I don't know. It just feels warm inside. And I want to spread the warmth.
Yeah.
If people say hateful things, kind of try to deflect from that and turn it and come back with something more than just a defense, more than just a neutral response.
Yeah.
But try to turn it to make them see that they can be better.
Yeah.
They don't have to hate. They don't have to express that and just, spit on someone else.
Yeah.
Put someone else down. 'Cause that doesn't give it any warmth.
It doesn't give anybody anything.
No.
Only takes away from both sides.
I just try to be warm, try to be loving, try to even in a marriage, there are times when one spouse is pissed off.
Yeah.
There's a feeling it's a cold feeling.
Yeah.
And that can't last. It doesn't last. It's so destroying.
Yeah.
There needs to be warmth,
Yeah.
and with parents and kids. My father was very cold toward me growing up, so I was criticizing. Why didn't you do it this way? I told you 17 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tried to be better,
Yeah.
but Mom was. She wasn't overly solicitous. Wasn't overly generous with her love,
Yeah.
but she was not. I can't remember a time when she was critical.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I love women so much.
You know, she was that shining light.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel?
How do I feel?
How do you feel right now?
Yeah, you asked me that before. I feel with my hands
Yeah.
and my heart.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you for making me think more about my past, my present,
Of course.
and hopefully, some future.
Right. I think about that a lot. I think about my
I'm
future.
a lifetime member.
You get that? Yeah. That is an awesome shirt. I like it. It's an awesome thing to be proud about. Be proud about a certain time in your life that might have not been super great.
Yeah.
You know? Be proud of it. Own it. You know?
Yeah. And that's why I wore it out to a couple fundraisers recently.
You know, what fundraisers?
One was for the Democratic not a national committee. I forget the name of it. It was just the annual Democrat dinner.
Yeah.
And there was, several people spoke. One was Jim Jones, who often writes weekly articles in the local newspaper.
Yeah.
He is a Vietnam vet. He had worked for mostly Republicans in his career. He was an attorney, so
Oh, yeah.
but worked as an advisor for various politicians at the state level and the national level. But he's very well spoken. He's written a few books, and I
Wow.
got one of his books and had him sign it.
Wow.
So other fundraisers were for domestic abuse, raising money to battle domestic abuse
Yeah.
issues for women and children and men who suffer domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just try to point out things for issues that affect, in my case, veterans, and the health issues they're going through, and how much more could be done for and on behalf of veterans. I just keep trying to do good.
Yeah. You are definitely doing good. You're trying and you're succeeding.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to do. I want to do it in my own way.
Yes.
I want to
Yes.
film the world around me I want to bring inspiration and joy. And you know, it can be hard sometimes. It really
Yes.
can be.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've kept battling, and I hope you do too.
Thank you. Before I wrap any of this up, because I don't want to take up any more of your time, what is one last thing you would like to tell anybody watching? Just what is something that you've learned recently as of from the last time we had spoken, 3 months ago? What is something that you would like to convey to the viewer?
Just care positively
Yeah.
about our fellow beings, all creatures on this planet.
Yeah.
We'll only have one planet,
Okay. Well.
and if we can make the situation better for other humans,
Yeah.
instead of tearing down, build,
Build.
love, care, speak positively, say kind things.
Kind words. Yeah.
It can mean so much. It can take someone who's suffering, whether it's a disease, whether it's mental issues, physical issues,
Yeah.
emotional issues. Say a kind word. Build, build, build. Don't tear down.
I agree.
Don't destroy.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for allowing this interview, Allan Stringer. It truly was great seeing you again.
Yes,
And
I'm around.
we have to reconvene within a couple of weeks. Would you be interested in me interviewing you once again? Or maybe even that. Just go out,
Yeah, just
talk.
hang out and talk.
All
Yeah,
right.
the interview is a little.
So much. I understand.
Yeah.
We can do that. I'd like to start getting into reading, so I would like to come back here another time with you, and maybe you can put me on some good books.
Just about any book is good.
Yeah.
It can be learned from no matter the issue, the topic, just looking at how authors write.
Yeah.
Poetry,
Yeah.
song lyrics. Just read,
That's great.
ingest, take in.
Yeah.
Work on your vocabulary.
Yeah.
Poetry does that.
Yeah.
Poetry provides images, makes you think. There's often sayings you can travel the world by sitting and reading a book.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Start getting into reading.
Yeah. I wanted to become a teacher, which I did. I wanted to go to Australia, which education helped me get there.
Yeah.
And to help others. That's why I went into teaching. Certainly glad I did.
Yeah. You did what you wanted to do, and you did it. You
Yeah.
did it well.
Yeah.
Right.
Kick ass. Thank you,
Thank you,
Jalen.
Allan.